guys, I am ExactChaos and welcome to a brand new series, a Let's Try series of Deep Corp. So Deep Corp just dropped onto Steam into early access just a few days ago, and I've had a quick look at it, and it is remarkably fun. It's quite simple but quite fun. Let's get into it. It's got an interesting UI choice. If you've already played, it says continue instead of start new game or something. But if you go in here, and I want to, we can't do play sandbox, but all we do is we'll play again. So I've done it up to about 9%, a few hours of play, just to get a bit of a feel for it. And it's quite good. So let's play again. This action will reset all current progress. Okay, let's do that. And then what are we doing? So they've got two options here. Protect your governor rating. And keep cities happy you can lose, where if you're playing relaxed, there's no governor rating. Or unhappy cities, no timers, no losing, build at your own pace. Now, I do think you need a little bit of drive behind you, because otherwise this game can, I think, stagnate a little bit. But I guess it depends on your own play style. For me, I like to get a little bit of a push, so we'll go with the classic mode. Go into deep mode. So what we'll do is we'll be governor... do we do governor? I can't remember in the story stuff whether we see anything funny in there. Governor Chaos. Well, let's just go with ExactChaos and get it done with ExactChaos. Right, let's just do that. Okay, so let's jump in. Goodbye, disaster. Hello, Deep Corp. This scandalous governor has left our state. His reign left behind ruins, cities mired in poverty, plundered by bandits, and destroyed by natural disasters. But we have hope. The new governor, ExactChaos, has acquired Deep Corp, a resource extraction company. Will ExactChaos be able to restore prosperity and order to the state? Stay tuned for the next episode. Now, episodes and the deep truth, I mean, that's funny, but episodes of newspapers, it sounds a little bit weird. Now, there's a little bit of this stuff here. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Oswaldo, your personal secretary. So there's a little bit of a storyline here. The state is, well, I think what we'll do, the state is in a state of disrepair, but it will flourish under your leadership. First, I suggest purchasing a mine to begin extracting. Now, what we'll do, I want to skip the tutorial and we'll just run with it straight ahead, right? Oh, what did I do? Let's buy the mine. Okay, so what we see, this is kind of the game, right? So we get a mine. We get a few bits and pieces. Let's pause it while we talk about this. So this is the guy. This is the map, right? And we can see that the map, I think, can scroll out into other areas, and I think it can expand a little bit as well. Stuff like that. Anyway, so we've got a mine. If we open this mine, we can see we can do some stuff here. How exciting! This prosperity will begin at this wonderful mine. Yeah. And the rheumatism and the lung disease as well, though. Go eat something and don't bother me. This is a mine, not your clean little office. Okay. Good morning, Governor. I'm Bob. I'm the foreman, and I know more about mines than a priest knows about sins. More than a pig knows about acorns, more than a bartender knows about other people's secrets, more than a politician knows about promises. Anyway, Bob, stop, please. ExactChaos will, I think, will think we're crazy. Better let's get down to business. Okay, so here we go. Deliver 100 kilograms of coal to a factory. Okay, so anyway, so this is the start. So this is the mine. We can zoom it out. So let's zoom it out a little bit. So that's the full extent. We can't go left or right anymore. Now, what we do is we need to pop a warehouse somewhere, so that we can start digging down. But what we can also do is we can use this to explore, to see what kind of stuff we find. So if we do a little bit of exploration like that, we can see there's some coal over here. I think what I'll do is I'll pop our very first mine, something like this. Our resources, and we'll go with coal. And then what we do is we drag down, and it gets expensive quite quickly. Now from here, okay, let's unpause it while it quickly digs down. So we can see it digs down like this. Now we've got access to it. So here we can see we've got coal, we've got iron. So we can see quite a few spots. Now, if you go alongside it like this, if we went on top, we could only dig with one miner. Alongside it, we can dig with two. So let's hire a miner. Let's hire another miner. And so now they are digging for coal. Okay, beautiful. So that's the first step. Back to this. Here we can see Whiskey Creek is after medicine and tools. So we need a factory. So let's buy a factory. We'll get our first factory. Let's quickly see. If we get our first factory, we can produce medicine over here. And another factory will allow us to produce tools. So let's get 2 factories. One will be doing tools and the other one will be doing medicine. Okay, we can also get some vehicles, but for the time being, let's just get mining. Okay, so that's the first thing here. We can see that let's speed it up a little bit. We are now producing some coal that can go and grab some medicine. The idea here is that we want to be we want to be digging into quite a few things as quickly as we can, right? So it's quite a slow mining process. Okay, so what I'll do is I'm going to go deeper by a little bit more, like something like that. And then we'll try and do, well, actually, let us go a little bit more deep and even a bit more. Now, just be careful of the cost. Here we go. And now if we do one of these, I don't think that costs us anything. Okay, so we can clearly see we've got quite a few things we can start mining on. Right, and the question is, we only get money from transporting goods, so we need to be a little bit cautious. I guess what we're going to do is we're just going to do that. That's going to be cheapest. We're going to pop in there. We're going to get that guy. That's going to be a reasonable amount here. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to pop another one of these in play. So we'll do that, and this one will be iron. And what we'll do is we'll just connect them up like that. So now iron and coal is being mined. Okay. Not particularly quickly, but it is being mined nonetheless. So coal is already popping in. Iron is starting to flow. If we go back, we want 150 iron there and quite a bit over here. Now, once we have a reasonable amount, I guess we can start transporting it. So we'll do that. We'll buy ourselves one of these vehicles. So we will go and grab the coal, right? So it's about 2 batches of coal. So now we can see it's going to pick up 50 coal from our mine in our storage. So our storage is going to drop as this guy loads. Okay. He's going to come back. I want to see. And obviously now, okay, hang on. Quickly talk about the approval thing. So this is my governor rating here, 79.3%. And what we can see here is one of the towns is kind of this in a bit of disapproval. I don't know how much it's saying that, but anyway, so they're not happy. And why are they not happy? Because they're not receiving these goods, so we're not getting to them quick enough. So I guess that is the main push in this game: is all your towns and construction sites and whatever other sites you have needs to be served fairly quickly. In order to maintain this. But okay, let's go back. So as we see, this coal coming to the factory gives us 50, and that's where we've seen our very first income, right? From that guy there. And so that is now starting to produce some medicine. So once we have a reasonable amount of medicine, and let's just see, if we go back into the recipe, 500 gives us 100. So it's a 1-to-5 ratio. So 5 coal for each 1 medicine. So that's about 5 more left in there. So that gives us our very first 10. So I'm going to wait a little bit longer before we send this guy. The approval rating is still reasonably high. These guys don't have approval rating issues. So our first our first kind of goal is to upgrade Whiskey Creek. And Whiskey Creek upgrades when we give them everything they need, basically. So just see. So yeah, so we're kind of running out of, so we want more miners to be able to do more coal and all these kind of things, but at least the money is coming in. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to actually relieve this guy and I'm going to send him over this way, right? So that same guy is now going to take those 20 and pop them off over there. That should immediately improve this rating. And we can then even drop this one down for a while. Until we get a little bit more going, right? The other thing we can do is we can send it over here with a big stash of iron. So I'm going to micromanage this a little bit for the time being. We're not going to buy anything, right? Oh, so that's not going to actually run at the moment. Okay. Anyway, I'm not going to micromanage it too much. Or I'm going to micromanage it a little bit at the start so that we can see this working, right? So this guy's coming back, reasonable amount. So it's going to make a start on some tools here, right? Until we get a little bit of a better operation with some more money, I'm not going to be purchasing more of these guys. We're going to focus on our mining activity more so than anything else. So let's get that vehicle back in there. They can get pretty expensive pretty quickly, right? As we can see, as we get more stuff, it gets more expensive. So this guy can go back and forth a couple of times, I think, at least. So let's enter over here and see what we can do. Oh, we're almost done with this, right? So we need to start looking at what else we can mine. If we go this way, I think if we did it over here, I think we can do more miners at the same time, right? So let's dig it in that way. Oh, there's plenty of options here for us. We could even do one of these to see what we find. Ooh, there's some limestone deposits over here. That's a good one for us to have a look at. Now, these guys are going to start to conclude. We can also start to dig down here a little bit and dig into these to get a little bit more going with this. So, but anyway, what I want to do is let's grab, I think, a few more miners, right? We can afford a few more of them. So let's get a few more. I would like to, oh, we can't do that. Okay, well, let's just do that then. And we grab one. Ooh, that's getting pretty pricey now. Okay. So as soon as these guys, oh, and then they will work on multiple stuff next to each other, right? In this kind of format. So that's fine. Okay, so we need to kind of keep an eye on that. They should be pretty quick at moving these things over. There's kind of maximum capacities here, and we can upgrade some stuff as we go on. So if we wanted to mine a little quicker, we can do that. And then it's a bit of an interesting, so this is the upgrade tree, right? So tech tree or whatever. And we've got, I think, well, on this side, we've got mining improvements. And on this side, we've got kind of transport, logistics, and factory improvements, right? So what did we get here? Plus 5% miner speed. So miners will mine quicker now. This one will be geo-exploration recharge speed. So plus 5% geo-exploration recharge. So that's something that, so we can explore a bit more. Cost of upgrading warehouses, 10% lower cost for warehouse upgrades. And then cost for upgrading warehouse, 10% lower cost for warehouse upgrade. So we can see these are, and they stack, right? So we can do those if we need to. But at the moment, I think just the mining speed upgrade is fine. So you don't quite know what you're going to get. You're going to have to go down a route and see some additional things there. Oh, what was the other one? Let's just quickly pop back in there. This is plus 5% capacity to carriages of any level. Okay. But anyway, so now we've got... Oh, these two miners are almost done on this. So once that's done, we'll start moving them around to mine a few other spots. So that's done. So now that piece can be cleaned up. And we can add another miner over here. And did we want to add another miner somewhere else? I guess we could do something like this. So you click and you drag, right? And we'll do that, and we'll add another miner over there. So we'll do, you know, we're trying to do quite a bit of mining. And I guess the name of the game is to get these things as quick, as filled up as possible, so that your vehicles aren't kind of messing about, right? So let's, because the fuller they are, the more money you make off of them. So let's do that. There should be more than enough coal for that guy to run through. This guy is going back into a bit of a problem state here. So once he's come back with some stuff, we might send him over with something over there, right? Can we move this a little bit quicker? So it's loading at the moment, right? Yeah, beautiful. So once you're there, you've done that. Is there another? Yeah. So let's grab all the iron. So we finish off that route. Let's do that. We'll get that route moving. Yeah, okay. We're going to be in pretty good shape here. So that's done. So once that's done, once your route is done, it disappears automatically and your vehicle is available, and the news comes in saying the factory producing construction tools has received sufficient amount of iron. The route has been automatically deleted. That's basically what's happened. Now, once all of this is done, I will, send the route over here, the one vehicle. We can buy more, but for the time being, that's all we need. So that's now all clear. So we'll put the vehicle back on this route so that we can get all of the remaining iron that we need. And that will kind of finish this one off, and we should be able to upgrade that, the town of Whiskey Creek over here. So quite an interesting little mechanic. Now, this is quite simple and easy to manage. Once this map starts filling up and all of these towns are crying for stuff, it becomes a little bit more difficult. Also, the production chains get way more complex as we continue. And that is the thing as well. So you want to kind of balance some stuff, right? So you want to, so this is going to finish that one off for us. That's going to take the last bits of stuff over here. Oh, and we can also see a lot of our miners aren't doing anything. So let's enter this over here and see that we continue to do a bit of work. So what I am thinking is, well, let's do one more that way. And okay, these are pretty inexpensive to do. So let's grab, assign 2 more coal miners over here. Okay, so that can do its thing. That route is done. So let's pop back up over here. So this guy is done now. So once this is done, actually, I can immediately assign that vehicle because it'll need to do 2 trips anyway. So now it's going to get back to that. And that gives us a nice big stack of cash. Okay, let's get back into here. And the plan is that maybe let's do a little bit over the top there, and then let's go and dig down here a little bit more. So at least we get access to this. Oh, and we've got access to copper as well. What we can also do is do a little bit of exploration. We didn't get too much from that. Okay, level 2. Let's pop back out here. Now we can see Whiskey Creek upgraded to level 2, small village. New productions have been opened. Copper to electrical cables, 5 copper for 1 electrical cable, and steel into rails. Coal plus iron gives us steel. So we've got both coal and iron, and now we've got access to copper as well. So we would want to give them rails for the time being, right? The cities will grow as soon as you complete their tasks, and most importantly, the citizens will share with you their secrets of producing new products. See for yourself. Okay, and now we've got another town. Okay, bad news, Governor. The coachmen of the neighboring town of Hope, Hope is this new town, so we've got Whiskey Creek and Hope, are constantly running into pedestrians and saloons at night because the last governor schemed on lighting. Let's send them 150 medicine to treat the injured and 80 electric cables to light up the night. Now, we're not mining copper yet, but we are mining coal, and coal should be available so we can jump into some stuff, right? Here we can see some more factories are opening up, so we can purchase more. But I think for the time being, what we're going to do is we are going to get them started on the medicines. Okay. This is going to be quite a complex one, so hopefully Whiskey Creek won't be too angry at us too quickly. But what we're going to do is we're going to start with setting this guy up for some coal deliveries, right? So that's the starting point. Now, let's pop back into the mine and let's just see. I'm going to pause it for a second while we quickly have a look at what else we need to do. Okay, so coal is still underway here, and I guess if we do a little bit more like that, we can grab another coal miner here. Okay, that's fine. And we do need to get to the copper, right? So let us go over here, spend a bit of money and get access to the copper. We could also spend a little bit more money and get more copper being mined. And now we need another warehouse. So you can see how this kind of keeps stacking, right? So let's get another warehouse. This is going to be copper, and we're going to run it like that. Now, obviously, all of these things have their own kind of limitations, so we need to kind of keep an eye out for that. Okay. So at least at the moment, it's looking pretty good. So now we're going to see that we're going to run out of room here for iron. So we could potentially then start mining something else, right? More copper, maybe? No, we're fully loaded on the copper. So if anything, we might, we might want to dig into a little bit more mining this one is full, right? So what we're going to do, this. We're going to spend that money, right, to grow this one out. That's excellent. Okay, so we'll see a bit of this. You can't put them right next to each other, but you can do something like this, right? Okay, so now that we've got these guys, we'll recall these 2 miners here, okay? And what we'll do, so we don't need any more iron at the moment, and what we'll do is we'll just assign them in here, right? So they're going to be mining more coal for us, all right? That's the plan. Get the coal mined pretty quickly because we kind of need it, all right? The copper is coming along, but we don't have a lot more with regards to that. So I'm kind of wondering, we can't, I don't know how deep we can go here. but we do want to continue to explore. Okay, let's just go and see what is everybody getting what they need. No, at the moment, not really. So what I'll do, so that guy's going to be over there. We're going to remove this guy here, and we're going to pop that in there and assign that one. So at least we'll get some medicines to go that way. I think it's about time for us to grab one more wagon, right? So get another wagon to move. Now, what we also need to start doing is producing steel. So I guess let's make a start with steel over there, right? And then what we need, so now we're really starting to make a move on this. So let's drop this one. And what we're going to do here is we're going to assign that one over there. And I guess, no, forget about that. Go and do that instead, right? So now it's going to start bringing all of that iron that we've got available into here. So we're going to try and maximize, how much is being moved, right? So we want to have these loads pretty full. We're still kind of waiting on the whole copper thing, and once this whole process is done, we can pop into a new thing here, or we can do something else. So then we can go and do the wire, right? But I guess we first need to just kind of sort this out a little bit. So I guess we're moving this stuff. We're currently using the coal on this side. So it's about managing this whole process. But at the same time, you don't want to skimp on managing your stuff. And here we can see we've got a miner that's not currently working. So let's assign it over here. Since we are now using the iron, we may as well continue mining iron. We don't want to necessarily skimp on that. I'm pretty keen on slowly coming down here a little bit more. We'll do something like that, get ready for that mining and get ready for this mining over here. So that's pretty good. I don't think we're going to go much deeper than that for now. Let's see, can we see anything else? A bit more limestone down here. We're almost out of copper, but I think we should have enough copper, I think. Limestone is ready to go if we need it, and there's some more iron and coal ready to go. Okay, so that's been done. This was coal, right? So let's add another coal miner over here, and I guess another coal miner down here as well. So let's just start doing that. So everything needs to be starting work. Okay, now let us pop back in here. So that's been delivered. So now I guess what we want to do is let's assign this vehicle over here to go and go back. So we keep an eye on this. Whiskey Creek is getting a little bit annoyed with us, but I think we're going to be just fine. 85% is still pretty good. 88% is still super duper good, super duper good. Okay, so now the next piece of the puzzle here. Now we've got the copper available. It is coming in. How much copper would we need for this? 400. I think, would we have enough copper? Let's just enter the mine here quickly. So that's been done. How much copper do we have left? I think that's exactly enough copper for us. So let's close that one out. We can certainly start to mine a bit more here. Okay, so that'll start us over that side. We're going to finish off the copper. So I think we can make a start on the next piece here, which is going to be the electrical cables. So let us grab this guy. We should have one there. It's going to bring in the copper for us. That's good. Warehouse is full of coal. So basically we've got one more iron trip, and then we'll start moving coal over with this guy. Yeah, 2 is about good for now. So this one's going to go over. It's going to be finished, and it's going to clear out that route for us. Now, let's assign this guy to do this. So it's going to go back and forth and get that for us, the coal, so that we can produce the steel. And then we still need to have another step that we need to go to. Now, they're going to get more and more annoyed if we don't keep bringing some stuff for them. So it's going to continue to be a bit of an issue. Now, we've got 2 miners available. So let's quickly see what we're going to do with those. Okay, so that's a good starting point there. This is pretty cheap to run at the top here, so let's do that. And what we'll do, as soon as that's done, okay. So that's okay. Let's assign 2 miners in here to keep the iron coming in. The iron is pretty good at the moment, but we've got plenty of miners doing all kinds of things here. What's the next miner going to cost us? 150. It's about a point where we can afford it, but I think for now it's pretty good. So let's pop back out here. This guy is still moving some stuff over. This guy is still moving some stuff over here, but it is producing and getting ready for us to move the stuff. So it's you kind of need to be a little bit ahead of it every step of the way, right? So let's just we need to get to a point where we quickly finish off this one, and that's going to be pretty close. We're almost done with it. Actually, from a copper perspective, are we done mining the copper? Yeah, so all the copper has been mined. So once that last pieces of copper is gone, that should be all good. Okay, see, exactly. So the electrical cable factory has received enough copper. So now I guess what we can do is we can send that way so that we don't lose too much here. So this guy's going to pop straight back up again. Let's get those 2 stacks out there. Oh, actually, it was a little bit done. The iron mine is full, so let's pop back in here, clean that one out. And what we'll do is we'll reassign some of our miners to coal. And I think what we can also do is let's do this. We'll buy that one. This one will be limestone, and we'll run it off like so, but we'll also run it off like so. Excellent, good. And I guess what we can do is let's clear out these 2 and get them to start working on the limestone. We haven't got a use for limestone yet, but it is coming. It is coming, right? Okay, let's pop back out there. Now limestone turns into lime turns into white paint, and then steel plus limestone gives us building materials. Okay, breaking news. New governor abandons Emberland to the mercy of fate. The new governor, ExactChaos, has completely forgotten about the needs of our glorious town of Emberland, which is cut off from the rest of the state by a river. The residents of other towns whom the governor supposedly helped adore him, they must have been bribed. Stay tuned. Soon we will reveal all the secrets of the new state authorities. So now we can see, Hope has got something new that we need to give it. Building materials and paint. But anyway, let's just go here. So Aldo is telling us, our secretary is saying, what a disgrace. These newspaper men have no conscience whatsoever. Our governor works so hard, and what scoundrels. Okay, so now calm down, Oswaldo. And this is Bob. Oswaldo, my gut tells me that the newspaper was bribed by the former governor. He's stirring things up to get his seat back. Anyway, as soon as I find out anything, I'll let you know. The newspaper is right. Emberland is cut off from us by the river. We haven't heard from the townspeople in a long time, and none of our messengers have returned from there. Let's build a bridge to find out what happened to the town. Now, here we can see now we've got some projects going on here. So now we need to deliver steel plus construction materials to the bridge to get the bridge built. Okay, but also we still need to provide stuff for Hope, and we still need to provide the rails to Whiskey Creek. So let's quickly see. Okay, so now the challenge is, because steel is now also required over there, the plan will be that we could potentially stop running this one. How much steel are you after? So how much steel do we need? Okay, so I'm not sure how much did we need. But anyway, so now we could potentially run multiple ones over here so that we can do that. But I guess the first thing we need to do is get working on the rail. And then what we can do is we can start to quickly bring some of this over so that we'll get some rail at least ready to go. Now, with that in mind, so we will quickly drop this one, and we will bring the rail over here as it starts to complete, right? So at least we'll get it moving a little bit more. Okay, so I guess what I also want to do is let's assign another one to bring over some iron, so we can keep working on this. This guy is going to start complaining pretty quickly. So I guess what I would like to do is actually let's drop this one from here. We probably need to get some limestone up and running so that we can do whatever the easiest one over here. There's so much that's requiring steel at the moment. So I guess we'll just keep these 2 running so that the steel production continues to move, right? We want to keep this one moving. Anyway, I guess, guys, what I'm saying is this is a pretty cool game, and we're going to do, I think, at least another couple of episodes. Let me know in the comments if you think we should keep going and expand this map and get it more complex and probably get a little bit more money and do things a little bit quicker. But yeah, that's the plan, for us to kind of keep going and seeing if we can keep our rating in a reasonable spot. Again, new series, new Let's Try, and it's early access Deep Corp. Tell me what what you think. Hit that like button, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.